Hello everyone, this is Aaron Fitch from ATF Gaming and welcome back to another stream. Today we will be continuing our F1 2019 career mode. Hopefully we can get 2 Grand Prix done today. That's the goal for these streams. It might take a little longer than I would like, but that's the goal for these streams. Hey James, welcome to the stream. So, I did some research on some things to figure out if there was a way to change our difficulty in career mode. And there is. It's just a very specific way that you would only know about if you actually looked it up. So let's click on the game here and I will show you. So we're going to click continue career mode. And now on this loading screen, we have to press the enter button, or the options button. Only on these loading screens can you do anything about it. See, you can select AI driver level. That's the only way, is between race weekends. If you, during the loading screen, press the option button, or the start button, or whatever it is for your various thing. So, I lowered it to 80 because I've been doing some off-screen work on 81, and it's still pretty hard. So I think 80 is going to be what we want to do here. So, yeah. So, that's how you do it. I don't know how you would anticipate knowing that, unless if you looked it up like I did, but whatever. Alright, so let's head back to the data center here and get things rolling. Oh my god. Hey John, welcome to the stream. Looking multitasking. Okay. I'll be doing that again tonight on your stream because the second half of the debate is on tonight. So. Alright, so we got through all this. And now, remember, we got rain in the forecast for the race. So, that's going to be fun. That's going to be very fun. I don't want to touch anything here until after the race is done. So let's just head off to FP1. Yeah, I realized I'm doing things really close together.
Welcome to Melbourne and the inaugural event of the F1 2019 Championship season. The session is starting shortly and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. A feeling that anything can happen this year, and if it does, well, this weekend could be the opening chapter to one of the most exciting F1 seasons ever. Joining me in the commentary box is, of course, Anthony Davidson. And it's great to have you back again. What can you tell us about this year's roster? There are some new faces this year, aren't there?
Absolutely, Crofty. There's been a number of interesting signings over the last few months. Where would you like to start?
Let's talk about the Professor.
Right, well, this is definitely someone to keep an eye on. Well, they've been signed up likely in no small part due to the way they carried themselves in the Formula 2 Championship. They have a great track record of putting the team first. At one of the races, they even gave up their own position when their car had a technical issue, so that their teammate, Lucas Weber, who also debuts here today, could get ahead. That kind of team spirit could take them a long way this season.
Those two aren't the only new faces from Formula 2 this season, are they?
No, this season will introduce fans to George Russell and Lando Norris, two very promising young British drivers. Plus, we'll meet Alexander Albon from Thailand, and finally, Devon Butler. Now, Devon was a bit of a controversial figure in Formula 2 last year. He racked up a lot of penalties over the course of the season, including one where he collided with his closest rival. It was a nasty clip. Now, certainly after the event, they were nothing but professional in terms of how they spoke about the incident with Devon, but it's hard to imagine them being as polite about it behind closed doors. I think this rival will be one to keep an eye on over the next few races, as both drivers take their first steps into the world of Formula 1.
Alright. You're going to finish watching that video? That's fine. That's fine. This is probably going to be interesting.
Quite difficult for us trackside, and for those back at the factory as well, as it's the first time the car has run since winter testing. The more consistent mileage you can get in these sessions, the happier we'll be.
Alright. So I'm hoping that this might go slightly better than the last attempt we did at this. But let's head off to the only practice program I actually did well at last time, which was track acclimatization. Alrighty, let's see if we can do any better. So, since the last attempt, we have now lowered the difficulty by 3 points.
What's your MFD for the activation point?
So hopefully that this will be a relatively good spot for us, because I do think this game is just naturally harder than 2018. At least by my experiences so far. Because I have been doing off-screen work in a championship mode, and we were on 81 there. And I was driving as Valtteri Bottas, and I was struggling to get podiums, even in my best races. So I think that 80 is going to be a good spot for us here. I wonder why I didn't get purple there. Or blue. Can anybody in the chat, if anybody's still watching, confirm is that purple or blue? Because I do not know. I cannot tell the difference between purple and blue. That is one of my colorblind faults right there. Ah! Let's try that again. I know I need to back up that corner more, I just never do. This is like the one corner that I struggle with the most. Alright. Do we get the... Yes, we do. We meet the main objective. So we can just skip the rest of this. And, excuse me, go on to tire management, see if that goes better than what I attempted last time. So I think I know what I can do better in these tire management programs. I'm just not super comfortable with it, is, you know, holding the...
This test is all about tire management.
The Joy-Con forward in some of... Oh my goodness, let's try that again. I was holding the Joy-Con forward and then just making minimal adjustments in some of the sweeping corners. Oh no, not the Steam controller menu. And I think that'll help us in the grand scheme of things in some of these sweeping corners. So I don't have to just...
We need to be sure you can manage the tires through a lap. So try to keep the wear down through each corner. Be especially careful accelerating on corner exit.
Just so that in the sweeping corners I'm not, you know, clicking back and forth all the time. So that does seem to be an issue. Like right here. Well, if I did that with any talent whatsoever, that would have been an excellent demonstration, but the talent level of me is not very high, as you well know. Okay, so we're doing decent on tire wear. We just gotta get the time up. We might have to do a second lap here. That's fine. And now we're not doing so hot in the tire wear department in these last couple corners. So we managed to get the time, but we did not manage to get the tire wear. Okay, that's the exact reversal of what it was about 10 seconds ago.
We'll need to rerun the program if we don't get the time delta back in the green.
Wow, I'm just really... It's the adjustment of not, doing the clickety-click back and forth. I'm so accustomed to in these NASCAR games. And some of these sweeping corners. You know, John, as I was reading you say that, I did the exact opposite of what you were talking about, so... Good job, John. So I still don't know if I'm going to get these tire management sim. And that's fine. The management simulators are the ones I'm not really too concerned about, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's the qualifying, the race strategy, and the acclimatization that are the main ones I need to worry about at this point. And really, if you can get 3 good sessions in, that's most of the points that you're going to get in the session, even if you manage to get all 6 of them done. So I think I'm just going to call a loss on this one. I might do one more lap just to see. But I'm pretty sure I'm just going to take the L on this one. I'm going to do one more lap and not even think about tire wear and just do what I would normally do and see if this actually does anything better for us. Probably Alex Bowman. Probably would have taken Alex Bowman's if I had gotten Hendrick. I mean, I feel like that's the most realistic guy, at least at that point in time, that I could have replaced. Jimmy still has a few years left. Obviously, Chase and William are the faces of Hendrick right now, apparently. So I think Bowman would have been the most realistic person to replace if I had that option. But I didn't, so that's fine. Yeah, it's these last couple corners that really kill us. I mean, yeah, but you still got a couple years left, so I don't think that's a reasonable thing to do. Okay, so we're actually really close. But I don't think I would have gotten it, honestly. Yeah, Jimmy's still got a couple years left, so I don't think that would have been reasonable. No, let's get that last one out of the way by just doing a couple laps on a different setup. We'll do it on the medium tire. Actually, what's the weather looking like?
Our fastest lap is a 1:31.1.
Are we gonna have any rain in practice? No, we're not, so I don't need to worry about that. Alright, let's just do some laps. Or a lap on this setup at least. Just to get that objective done. I do think the other one's going to be the most beneficial for us, though. But, who knows? Maybe this will be faster. I don't know. Sure doesn't seem to be helping us turn in the corners, but we also do have old tires, so that might be impacting us as well. Oh, why not? Let's do a Rich and try to get like a qualifying sim down here. Just see where we're at. Old tires and on mediums. Whoa! My controller just disconnected. Okay. That's new and exciting. Not exciting at all, that's new. So let's try that again. I was wondering why I jerked straight to the right. Yeah, I mean, I've had the controller in worse positions and it works just fine than this, so I don't know. But then again, we did have that issue in the Crew 2 as well, so I don't know. There's not really much I can do about the positioning of the wireless transmitter at this point. So, it is what it is. I did put that setup in, right? Pretty sure I did. We are trending slightly faster. I mean, we are doing the rich fuel mode as well, so I think that'll definitely help that cause. But really, rich fuel mode should kind of offset the old tires. Maybe there is something to this. Never mind, it's dipped down again. That's fine. Alright, but we should get that objective done here. Yep, alright, excellent. Let's just sim the rest of the session here. I'm going to grab a couple pretzels because I should have eaten before this stream. So we're going to simulate ahead here, and I'm going to grab a couple pretzels.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top three, who are Vettel, Leclerc, and Lewis Hamilton. And if today's practice is anything to go by, we're in for an exceptional weekend of Formula One.
Alright. So let's see, we finished, well, yeah. That's pretty much where we finished when we did this at 83 difficulty as well. So, who knows, maybe this is going to be just as difficult. But we haven't done qualifying
Good
sim
day
yet.
today. Let's have your take.
It was a horrible day, thank you for asking.
It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. You must be thrilled.
Do that.
So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in?
Relying on
What are you
them.
expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more? Great. Well, that's everything.
Yeah, well, James, pretzels are the only thing I have readily available without stopping this whole stream and going to get some food. So sorry. Oh, let's see. Looks like we had some skipped frames during one of the cutscenes again. No. Okay, James. Okay. Alright, let's head off to FP2. We'll do qualifying and fuel management here. We'll see if I can do any better with fuel management this time. I don't know. Again, we'll just kind of do what I normally do and see where that puts us as far as fuel before we actually try to save fuel. How's the volume? Again, today I did make some adjustments. I lowered my mic just a bit because it was peaking. So just wanted to make sure. Yeah, actually, I noticed that I still had your stream open while I was watching the debate last night. While I was watching the debate, and it was during after you defeated the dark whatever, the dark Soras or whatever, and you were in that same room defeating all of the random enemies, that's when you dropped a crap ton of frames and the stream actually stopped for a bit for me. I just assumed it was, you know, because I was watching 2 live streams at once, but that's when I think it happened. Alright, so we're not doing good on either the fuel or the time right now. Well, that's concerning. Also have an itchy nose, 1 second. Alright, we'll use DRS to try to get some time back here. Alright, so I don't think I'm getting this one either, to be perfectly honest. Especially after having to lift off so much there. Okay. The time's actually good, so if we can maybe minimize, let off a little early into some corners, I think we might be able to get it done. But we will use DRS in all of the places to make sure we have enough lap time. I'm surprised we gained so much time though in that last sector. Usually that's where I have issues. Okay. We're closer on both than we were at this point in the last lap, so that's good. And if I can build a buffer on the lap time, I can just let off going to the start-finish line. Okay, I messed up that corner severely there. I was trying to save some fuel and I just messed it up really bad. Okay, let's try one more time. One more time. I think I can do it. I just need to not mess up that last section so bad. It's weird because usually tire wear I'm better at than fuel. So, this is a little strange for me, honestly. Maybe it's just the simulation tire physics that impact me a little bit more than I'm used to. Oh, I'm still on that other setup, aren't I? Whoops. So we might have to do this sim again, that's fine. We'll have to use the old tires, but... let's actually just go back to the garage now and use that different setup.
I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program. Try to run it before
Yeah,
the FP3
that's the plan. I just want to try this again. Go back to those tires, please. It depends. I'm not sure. It's just I want to maximize my lap time so that maybe if I'm struggling on the fuel at the end, I can just coast to the start-finish line and maximize that cheatingly. So that's why I'm attempting to use DRS here, but I must have missed one. Looks like we got a little conglomeration of cars up ahead as well. Alright, but I do think I can get a better lap time with these, so maybe I can be a little better. That must have been the one I missed, yeah. I don't know how people get purples in this section. I just don't. I just had no clue how they can get so much, minimize so much fuel. It baffles me. It also baffles me how horrible I'm driving right now. I accidentally double-clicked the DRS too, so that's not going to help. I don't know why I'm trying so hard on a fuel management sim, but I really do think I can do it. Ah, so close. So close. I think I had a little bit of time to spare, so we're going to try again.
That's an acceptable.
Ha-ha! Cheating the system. Cheating the freaking system right there. Alright, so now we get to go out and have fun with qualifying sim as well. So, let's simulate just a little bit here. Try to get a cleaner track. Or not have a cleaner track, that's fine too. Alright, I think 10's about as good as we're gonna get. Soft. Alright, now we can just focus on going as fast as we can, and we didn't do too hot in this simulation last time, so let's try to do a little better this time with the lower difficulty. Having to kind of breathe the throttle there in that corner, probably not going to help us down the straight.
Okay, this is
Nope,
a quality
definitely
sim.
not.
We've estimated the times our closest rivals will be doing, so that's what we need to beat.
We've already lost 0.4 of a second on the Delta. Wow. Okay. It's just our acceleration off the corners is not good at all, and really our straight line speed isn't either, even though we're on that high speed setup. I don't think we're going to get this done either. That's really unfortunate. It's really weird because Australia is historically a really good track for Haas. So I don't know why I'm struggling so much here.
We're down on our target times. Let's try to find a bit more.
That would have put us in 15th according to the thing. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, straight line speed seems to be the issue right now, so that's good to know. Also, my inability to race this course at a normal pace is also something that is probably hindering us a bit. So I don't think we're going to get qualifying sim done, unfortunately. Yeah, this time's even worse. Did they compensate for the fact that you've already run a lap on these tires and lower the objective? But I don't know. Yeah, this lap's even worse. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get qualifying sim done, unfortunately. We are gaining a ton of time here coming back to the start-finish line.
Last lap of the program. Final lap of...
No, they don't change the target time. So I guess you got to get it done on the first lap, and then you're screwed after that. So I might try it again. I might try it again in the third session, but for now, that's about as good as we're gonna get. I'm gonna have some more pretzels.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top three. Bottas, Vettel, and Lucas Faber. And that's it. Practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
I'm perfectly fine, James. Perfectly fine. Well, that could have gone better, but I mean, we're still getting points out of, participating and doing laps, and we did get that fuel management program done, rather cheatingly. And apparently, Ferrari was happy with that. For some reason. I mean, we did have a pretty good lap down in qualifying sim, so I don't know. Let's head off to FP3, and we'll do ERS, which... Now, historically, I'm pretty good at ERS management, but I don't know if that's going to translate to this game. I just wanted to make sure that was still set. Alright, let's try ERS management first.
In this program, we're looking at ERS management. This is all about managing your battery efficiently through the lap to hit your target time. The ERS deployment settings can be adjusted on the MFD.
Alright, overdrove that corner horribly. Okay, so if I don't mess up a couple corners, I think we can get this pretty easily. So we'll have to try it again. And we might still get it, too. Yeah, we're gonna get it. Look at that. I'm the greatest at ERS management. Just run the lap on low ERS for most of it, and you'll get it perfectly fine.
Our best lap so far is a 1:30.2.
Alright, so we didn't get a fast sector one, that's fine. Alright, so now we gotta do race strategy. We'll just do that on the more mediums. So then I can maybe take another shot at the qualifying sim. Alright.
We need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race
This
strategy.
should be pretty straightforward. We'll see if we can actually do it or not. Yeah, I just think acceleration off the corners is where we struggle. Part of that is my aggressive corner entries, and I know that, but I feel like you're going to gain more positions by being aggressive on corner entry than you are by having a great corner exit. So, I just feel like that's going to be the best way to do it. I never get called for corner cutting there, so I'm just going to keep using it. You gotta find those advantages where you can corner cut but not get called for it, and then maximize it to the fullest extent. And that's one of them that I know I've seen other people use. So, there's one, Azerbaijan. Whoa, don't do that again, Aaron. So that was an excellent lap time, so I don't think we're going to have any issues with this. Well, I say that, and then somebody decides to pull out right in front of me, and of course it's Giovinazzi. If I can get around him immediately, then I might have a better shot at this. There we go. Thank you, Antonio. Oh, God, I overdrove that corner. And for some reason, we've just all of a sudden lost all pace for some reason. I even repeated that same thing twice in order to emphasize the fact that we've lost all of our speed. I mean, we should still be able to do it, but instead of being a second over, now we're only a couple tenths over. Cheating isn't cheating if they don't say you're cheating. Exactly.
Stay focused.
Exactly, James. You have the right mindset here. Okay, overdrove that corner severely. Okay, let's try to recover from that. Okay, let's just do that sequence of events again. So I definitely think 80 is going to be the way to go. If we feel like by the time we get into the upper, tier of cars that this is too easy, then we can utilize that stupid tactic in order to make it better. It really is stupid how they just kind of hid that in and you can't do it when you're at the data center. That's really stupid. Like, how would you know to do that? You're right, you're right.
Great lap.
Alright, we're done. We'll just go out and try that qualifying sim one more time to see if I can do it right. Oh, man.
Our best lap so far is a 1:30.1.
Alright. We'll just try this one more time, see if we can do it. I don't think we can, but I'm going to try it. I think if we can maximize the run out of that last corner, we'll be in way better shape on that first lap than we were last time. And by maximize the run out of that corner, I mean run straight into the wall. Let's try that again. Better. I mean, we did clip the grass there, so let's see what the... Okay, yeah.
Pace program
Shut up! Close. I think that's probably as good as we're going to get coming out of that final corner. No, that's actually way worse than what we had before. Alright. I think we've sealed our bet that we're probably not going to get a good run out of that corner. No. Try that again. I just want to see if I can do this, if I do everything perfectly. Fully realizing that I will probably never have a perfect lap. Also, I'm spending so much time on this, which means if I do 2 races per stream, this is going to be a very long stream. So, maybe I need to rethink that. Okay, that didn't help our cause. That wasn't much better, honestly. I don't think we're going to do it. And that's frustrating. Guess qualifying's just not going to be our thing. We also got a gaggle of cars up here that's going to impact us. Oh, they're all going on the pit run, so that's nice. You know what? Before I did that stupidly, we were pretty close. Oh well, I don't think we were gonna get it even if I did that right.
We'll want to
That's about where we were the first time, so I think getting into Q2 is gonna be our goal at this point. Where is it that we're losing so much time?
ninth in the speed trap, 194.8 miles per hour.
It's really that first sector that we're losing so much time in. The first and the third, well, really all sectors were slow in, to be perfectly honest, but... Alright, time for some more pretzels.
And with all the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again. Vettel, Leclerc and Max Verstappen. Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula One action.
I'm getting faster with the pretzel eating. So, I mean, honestly, if these people all did qualifying sims on the soft tire, then I think we're in better shape than the practice sim will tell us, but we'll see. If we can get out Q1, I think I'll be satisfied with that. That's significantly better than what we attempted the first time. Oh, I'm getting a little chilly, actually. Air conditioning's been in full force now that summer's actually finally happened here in Michigan. Alright. That's a decent chunk of whatever points, research points or whatever they're called. Alright. Let's see what the messages look like. Yep. So still looking like rain for the race. So the better qualifying we get, the better we'll be in the race for sure. Because I don't know how good this car is going to be in the rain. Ugh, now I'm getting the hiccups. Yeah, I just don't know how good this is going to be in the rain.
We're just about ready to kick off today's qualifying here in Melbourne. It's the Australian Grand Prix. And as we wait, poised for the start of what will hopefully be a thrilling qualifying, why don't you tell us, Anthony Davidson, about the things you can do to really get the most out of a car in a session like this?
Well, you're largely limited by the Parc Fermé regulations, of course. Back in the old days, pre-2004, you'd work on both a qualifying setup and a race setup over practice, and then swap them over after qualifying. So the race car was quite different at times to the qualifying car. Nowadays, though, you have to find a compromise that works for both. There are a few things that you can still adjust during the session, such as the differential, the brake bias, and the front wing angle, but that's about it. So it's more about optimizing what you do have and adapting your own style to suit the track conditions.
I really don't get why those cutscenes lag out so much. Really don't. Alright. Make sure that's still there. We'll wait for a couple cars to go out. Alright. Let's go. Yep, we know. Know all about it. Oh, the sun's a little glary in our eyes today for some reason. Didn't have that in practice. Must be an early morning or late afternoon qualifying session because the sun is definitely in our eyes there. Oh, we got somebody coming off a pit road up ahead of us. Hopefully they don't slow us down too much. Is that Giovinazzi again? Sure is. What is it with Giovinazzi and attempting to ruin my qualifying laps here, huh? We're all part of the same driver academy. Alfa Romeo probably where I should have gone straight out of F2 if we were being perfectly realistic. Oh my god, you're my favorite person, Antonio. It was a little scary, but that was a good place for you to let me by because I did not really have to slow down at all. Alright, overdrove that last corner just a bit. Alright. We're probably going to have to come out and do another lap realistically, but let's see where that puts us so far. Not bad. We're ahead of our teammate right now.
Our best lap so far is a 1:27.6.
Realistically, we're probably going to have to go out again just to secure ourselves into Q2. And right now is probably the time, so let's get another set on. And let's head out and try to protect our place in the Q2 here. I don't think Q3 is realistically an option, so I don't really care about having these tires, using these tires now, because I really don't think getting into Q3 is going to be possible. I swear to God, who is this? It's Hamilton this time, so that's actually pretty bad. Thanks, Lewis. I don't know if there's going to be any way to combat that realistically, because he's just going to be in the way. So I'm just going to have to take a... Is there any way to get around that? I don't really think so. It's gonna be pretty hard to avoid him, honestly. I guess just run into the back of him. And then he lets me by after he already cost me half a second. Thanks. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time for a second lap either. It'll be close. I mean, Giovinazzi let me by perfectly fine, and Hamilton let me by too. It was just in a really awkward spot. But the way Giovinazzi let me by was brilliant. But granted, he's naturally slower than me, and Hamilton's naturally faster than me. I mean, we are pretty close. If I hadn't lost like half a second trying to get around Hamilton, you might be pretty darn close, but... I mean, that's part of F1 qualifying, trying to time your lap so you don't have people in front of you. I mean, I'll try another lap and see if I can do any better. I'm sure Hamilton won't be too pleased by that, but... I mean, frick him, alright? Yeah, see, we were 4/10 worse at this point than we are now. Okay, I'm over here now. Let's try that again. Who knows, maybe this will cost Hamilton a spot. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know why Hamilton's out here again, unless he had a really bad first lap.
Just 30 seconds left in the session.
We haven't dropped into the drop. I should have seen the red arrow. I should have seen the red arrow, but still. Yep, that just ruins my qualifying lap. Alright, guess we're gonna see where we're gonna be. Yep, we got knocked out. Great. Thanks, Lewis. Thanks, Lewis. I mean, if it's any consolation, our teammate got knocked out too. But, whatever. Whatever. 79. What are you talking about? Oh, God. No, I'm not lowering the difficulty again. This is pretty realistic. If Hamilton hadn't slowed me down, then we would have been in Q2. That's pretty realistic. So, we'll just let it go. Hamas Lewelton. Well, that's frustrating. Not gonna lie. Team's not gonna be too happy with that. We did do better than our teammate though, so whatever. Yeah, that's just frustrating. Just frustrating, but whatever. Yeah, lost some prestige from everybody except for Williams. Williams was clearly pretty happy with that. But that's Williams.
Obviously, I expected a better session, but these things happen from time to time.
Emma, shut up.
To make up for it in the race.
Yeah, and the race is going to be in the rain, so I don't know how this is going to go. Yeah, I guess we'll just head off and see what happens. I'm going to munch on some pretzels while they do the pre-race stuff.
New drivers, new cars, it's a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that plays host to round 1 of a 21-race championship that takes us from here in Australia across the globe and the eventual season finale at the Yas Island circuit in Abu Dhabi. We're a stone's throw from the enormous Port Phillip Bay for today's race at the 3.3-mile Albert Park circuit. It's a bumpy racing surface here, and the 16 corners could prove especially difficult in the wet conditions. Watch out for a safety car at some point during the Grand Prix. Once again, Anthony Davidson joins me for the race today, and it's a race where anything can happen as the rain is falling, grip and visibility is lacking. Could be something of a lottery out there, Ant.
Well, that's right. There's always an added element of unpredictability when there's standing water on the circuit. But one thing that might help them with the grip is a new softer compound full wet and intermediate tyre that Pirelli have developed for certain circuits. We'll be seeing these new tyres for the first time today, yet another unknown on an already unpredictable day.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion. And Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Bottas, Max Verstappen, and Gasly, Ricciardo, Weber, Perez, and Devon Butler. Norris, Sainz, Daniel Kvyat, and Albon. The Professor, Grosjean, George Russell and Robert Kubica, Giovinazzi and Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Oh boy.
Keep your eyes open on the run to turn 1 and keep it clean. We want to come out in one piece. Good luck.
Of course, we managed to put ourselves on the outside going into turn 1, so that's inconvenient. Probably not going to be changing tires at all in this race either, assuming this doesn't dry out. So getting a good start is going to be super important.
Drive through.
No. That was my fault.
Okay, be wary of the cars ahead braking suddenly into 1. We could ruin our race if we hit them. Good luck.
So I blinked, and I thought that the lights went out. This is why I will never be an F1 driver. Yep, horrible start. Great. Let's get to the... Never mind. Absolutely horrible start there. Let's try to make up. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Robert. No, let's just try it again, honestly. Okay. Okay, just falling behind Grosjean. Okay, again, Kubica just running the living crap out of me, this time on the straightaway. Not my fault at all. Okay, we've already dropped to 19th, and I can't see, so this is just great. And now Kubica just decides to be ridiculously slow into that corner, so I have to swerve to avoid. Yeah, there's lots of reasons, James. I'm not going to deny that, but that particular reason is pretty... Okay. That was scary. I'm so glad I cleared Kubica when I made that move. Alright, we need to catch back up to our teammate here. We need to take advantage while everybody's packed up. Realistically, we should probably be like 14th right now. Alright, let's see if we can get a spot on our teammate here going into this first turn. Okay, went a little wide, but we did it. Luckily, he was gracious and gave us some room, which is very unlike Romain Grosjean. Okay, still a pretty terrible start. I mean, we had to restart it twice, and... Oh, really? Okay. I really didn't want to use so many flashbacks, but I'm just really bad, especially in the wet. I just need to back up the corners more, which is something I'm not good at in the slightest. Our teammate isn't too thrilled with just riding behind us right now, so we're going to have to keep an eye out for him, trying to make a pass like that. Oh, are we ever going to be able to catch Albon, though? That is a good question. The rain is definitely not suiting me right now, that's for sure. Oh boy, if we can catch that group ahead though, I think we can probably get around a couple of them. Granted, none of that is for points, so it won't mean a thing. But, oh well.
10 minutes left of this rain, then we think it's going to dry up. 10 minutes.
10? Oh. We might have a situation where we're gonna go to dry tires at the end of the race. It's gonna be close though. I don't know if we're actually going to get to the point where we can go to dries, but it will at least dry up. It'll kind of depend on what position we're in, as whether I take a chance and go for dry. Oh my god. I hate this wet so much. Because I have to back up the corners, and that is like the number one thing I'm really bad at, is backing up corners. Okay, that's corner cutting. That was just me completely ignoring the fact that there was a curb there. I deserve that one. That's the first time I've done that. We have also caught this pack, so that is very reassuring. And now we're probably going to instantly lose it thanks to that. Not too bad, not too bad. We need to watch our fuel too. I can't really risk going on to rich anymore. Probably could have tried to make an aggressive move there, but I think it would have ended badly, so we're gonna just stay behind him and wait for a better turn to do something. Realistically, there aren't a ton of them, but we can at least hope. This is probably one of them, but I think I messed up my opportunity by going wide in that previous turn. Yeah, Roman is just itching to get by me, and I know it, but I just don't think that there's going to be an easy way to do that without costing both of us. You have a cardboard cutout of the happy dog? Okay, yep, just kind of slid through that corner. Oh yeah, that's right, you told me about that, that's right. Okay, saw that coming before it happened. They really need to back up the braking zones on the indicators, because if I brake when they tell me to brake, I'm going to overdrive the corner. So I really need to back it up more. I need to get around Albon because he's starting to fall back with the rest of the group. Alright, I'm gonna try it here. Alright, made some contact, but that's fine. Did I know? Okay, so this group of 3 up here gets us up to 12 if we can pass them. Okay, I was not expecting to be able to catch all the way up to him. Luckily, I didn't damage the wing. I also can barely see. Luckily, there's a little sunlight peeking through the clouds.
I don't think the line is really dry enough yet to start thinking about slicks. Let's hold on to the inters for a while longer.
I mean, it's still raining, so I don't know what you're thinking about, Jeff. Alright, Albon's holding up Grosjean, so that at least gives me a little breathing room on him. So I can just focus on getting up to Sainz and Kvyat here. I am going to have to start going on lean here shortly. Shortly, I mean right now. Because we're just burning up fuel by running normally because of how much wheel spin we get with the rain. Could have probably been a bit more aggressive there, but I think that wouldn't have been a smart call. But I do think I can get by Sainz here. Alright, now we need to catch up to the Russian torpedo up here. Unfortunately, there's a pretty big gap ahead of these two to any other cars, and unless if we get a chance to maybe make a strategy call and go into drives, I don't think we're going to have any chance of getting points today, but just improving our position is going to be good for us. Signs are sticking with us though, so we got to keep that in mind. I'm at least getting used to backing up the corners a bit now. So I said earlier that my aggressive turning style is really helpful at times. In the dry, yes. In the wet, absolutely not. Literally could not be further from the truth in the wet. Weather report.
We anticipate an end to this rain in around 5 minutes. Inters seem like the fastest tyre for now.
Okay. I don't... It depends on how quickly it gets dry. I think it's going to be the key. Because realistically, it's not like we're going to lose anything by trying something back here. So I think we might, if there's an opportunity, we might try to go on to dries, but we'll see. Yeah, I clearly enunciated what I wanted, so I think that helped.
We're catching the car ahead, but be aware that these tyres need to last till the end of the race.
That was a bit of an aggressive move, not gonna lie, but it worked. And it gave me a bit of a gap, too, behind. So now we can just focus on catching George Russell, who's having the run of his life right now in 12th. I think they give Williams far too good of equipment in this game, honestly. The fact that they're running anywhere besides last is impressive and unrealistic.
Okay, I think the track will be drying out quite soon. Mind you don't burn out your tyres.
Yep. But I do think we might be switching to a softer compound here soon. So we'll keep that in mind as we possibly plot out our future strategy here. But we're not there yet. We got a lap or two before we can even start thinking about that. I don't know. He's been up. He qualified ahead of me. No, he didn't. He didn't actually. I'm gonna start running lean.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.5 seconds. We're leading our teammate by 5.2 seconds.
Pierre Gasly's out of the session. That's a position. Okay, which means Russell's gonna be 11th. A safety car wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either. Pack everybody back up. So Gasly's out of the session, which is really good for us, because that definitely brings us closer to points. So now we're at 12th and Russell's in 11th. We still got a pretty decent gap to, I assume that's Lando Norris in 10th right now. And it's still raining plenty, so definitely not in position to go to dry yet.
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
Yep, thank you for that information. Not the Steam controller again. But we are catching Russell even if we are running on lean, so that's a good sign. Going through the grass probably isn't going to help much. But we're getting close to a position where taking a risk almost isn't worth it, because if one more car ahead of us falls out of the session, then we're in points. So I just don't know yet. And I do see Lando Norris up ahead. So we might be getting points after all. And honestly, I wouldn't mind the rain staying around this entire session if that's the case, because I really don't want to have to think about the strategy call. Alright, we're going to try to get Russell here. Never mind. Thought we were closer than that. Well, that didn't help our case. Probably shouldn't have gone that aggressive. I thought...
5 laps of fuel remaining.
Yeah, we're good on fuel. Don't worry about that. overdrove that corner a bit. I really didn't even want to try to pass him. I just didn't back up the corner very well. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to reach a point that we can think about going on to dries anymore. So I think we're just going to have to deal with what we got here.
The energy deployment limit and losing ERS power before the end of the lap. Lower the ERS deployment mode to prevent this.
I'm not even in control of the ERS right now. I have it on auto, so don't tell me about it. So, ironically, we seemed to catch him more when we were running lean. So I'm going to go back to lean here and see if that actually benefits us for some strange reason. It might. I mean, I don't know the exact science behind fuel mixes, but there might be something to it. Okay, so this is where I attempted to make that move last time, and I'm not going to this time. We're going to wait for a better opportunity. He is pulling away on the straightaway, and that is like the one thing that Williams is halfway decent at, only because they get power from Mercedes. Okay, we're going to make the move here. He tried very hard to block it, but it wasn't going to happen. He's still there. Okay, no, he's not. Okay. Alright. And now...
It's not a perfect situation, but I don't think we have cause to move on to a different tyre yet.
Now the rain has stopped. Oh boy. We'll just get that prepped in case if we decide to box.
Keep managing your tyres. Manage your tyres.
Know all about it, thank you for asking. We are not catching Lando, though. Box this lap.
Understood, stopping this lap.
We're gonna try it. We're gonna risk it, see if it does anything for us. If it doesn't, it's not like it's gonna hurt us too much.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Might be a stupid decision, but I think we'll be fine. I just wanted to make sure that that stayed the same. Alright, track is definitely drying up, so it's going to be a risky call. It's going to be a bit sketchy, but I think we might have something to it. And I don't know if anybody else is going to do it because it's so late in the race. So it's going to be a bit of a risky call, but I think it'll work. This is an unbelievably risky call. But we're going to shake out into last, essentially, here.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Alright, let's see if this does anything for us. Because we got a lot of ground to make up. That's not a good sign. I think I made the wrong call here. Gosh dang it. Yep, I made the wrong call. Dang it! I mean, we wouldn't have gotten 10th, but the team's gonna really hate me for this. Yeah, the team's going to absolutely despise me for this call. That is frustrating, man. It really is. In a straight line, we're definitely faster. But it's just I have to back up the corners so much in order to actually make it. It's just not feasible.
2 laps of fuel remaining.
Let's just look. How much slower is this lap? Granted, we did have the pit stop, but
Gap to
very
teammate
slow.
ahead is 24.6 seconds.
We did have the pit stop, so that might have influenced that a bit, but still, pretty darn bad. And they're not going to pit. There's no way they're going to pit. Gosh dang it, Aaron.
We pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
Yep, good old Aaron making the wrong strategy call. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. I should just learn to listen to the crew chief. Or the race engineer, or whatever they freaking call it here in F1.
Okay, this is Jeff. I need you to stop cutting the corners. If you keep it up, the stewards will award you a penalty.
Okay, so that time I apparently cut that corner a little bit too much. Oh, I wish I could just rewind to that moment that I made this decision. Oh boy. How slow is this lap?
This is your
11
final
seconds
final
slower.
lap of the race.
Gosh dang it, Aaron. When are you gonna gain a brain? Jeez. The team's gonna hate me for this. Absolutely hate me. They're freaking finishing the race already, and I just got off of the first turn.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Sure, let's just add that to the fun. Okay, I'm over here now. Great. We have to go on lean now. I don't even want to bother rewinding at this point. Let's just enjoy our misery and yeah. Well, that's a downer on this, that's for sure. That's for darn sure. I'm pretty sure I did something similar to this in F1 2018 and it didn't work, excuse me, very well either, so. Yay! 19th place. What a glorious finish this was. Dang it.
Not good enough. Not good enough at all. Let's push harder next time, okay?
Shut up, Jeff.
Here's our winner, pulling their Ferrari into Parc Fermé. What a fantastic race it was. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari do it again. Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Charles Leclerc assumes the lead in the standings after today's outstanding result. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
But there's no question in my mind, it has to go to George Russell. What a performance. He's got every right to be proud of what he accomplished out there today.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Ferrari take the lead at the top of the table. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Alright, so here's my plan. I have a plan that I'm going to be putting this highlight video on my main channel to kind of get people to go over to the other channel and watch the VOD. So let's see what this highlight video looks like here. Horrible. It's all my fault. It's not. I mean, we should have finished 11th, but I made a stupid decision. But I'm just showing this up because I'm gonna be putting this like highlight video on the main channel to kind of get people to, you know, interested in to come over to the live channel to maybe watch that. I was just curious how this turned out. Turns out really well. And it didn't really show off me making the worst strategy call in the history of the world either, so. Yeah. Let's just put that race behind us. Put that behind us and head off to Bahrain, which hopefully won't be a rain race. No, not a chance anymore. I don't have an excuse anymore either. I still got some resource points out of it. Everybody's upset at that one. Wow. Wow. That's the most I think I've seen it go down in a long time.
What on earth was that performance? Come on, this isn't bumper cars at the fairground. Your results and conduct here matter, so pay more attention. We can't afford too many races like that.
Thank you, Emma. What on earth was that performance?
You're not the only driver to be hounded by the press. Emails, like the one I've just sent you, will give you an insight on how your former Formula 2 rivals are handling the press. Be sure to check your emails regularly, as I'll be sure to send you any of the more, let's say, interesting press transcripts that come my way. Looks like one of your rivals has also been invited to a historical event. This could be a good opportunity to play up your rivalry for the press and expand your reputation.
No, I really don't care about these invitational events. Oh, I need to do the... Oh, I'm an idiot. Now I have... Oh, my God. Dang it, Aaron. I needed to do the upgrade before I advanced the week.
Practice sessions are vital for the continuing development of the car. But if you need to, you can choose to simulate the session instead. It won't be as effective as having you behind the wheel directly, but it's better than missing the session entirely.
So now we gotta wait an extra freaking week for our development because I was a freaking idiot.
I recommend we could go for something like this.
And then let's just get this durability one as well. Oh, that's frustrating. That's freaking frustrating. Oh well. But now we got 3 things coming in for Azerbaijan and 1 coming in for China. Alright. Well. Pooh. Hey, no rain though. Well, let's head off to practice 1. And the phone.
Practice is just about to get underway here at the Bahrain International Circuit. This track boasts plenty of opportunities for overtakes, so it's up to the drivers to make use of the time to get comfortable with the track conditions. That's if they want to capitalize on those opportunities later. We can see, of course, plenty of activity in the garages as we wait for the green light to get this session underway. Anthony Davidson, thank you for joining me once again. What are you going to be looking out for once the cars get out there on the circuit today?
Well, naturally, in any free practice session, you can never be sure exactly what programs the teams are running, how much fuel they've put in, and so on. So it's important to resist the temptation to draw any firm conclusions from the fastest times on the monitor. What we can do, however, is look for consistent pace over the course of multiple laps. So if someone does half a Grand Prix distance and they're consistently half a second quicker than another driver doing the same, then that's generally a good indicator of a car with a solid race pace.
Alright. Oh, Bahrain. Bahrain, Bahrain, Bahrain. Not one of my favorite tracks, but not one of my least favorite tracks either. I'm pretty sure it's Anthony Davidson, but whatever.
I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we
Shut
should
up.
put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program.
Oh, Bahrain. Everything's perfectly fine except for that one double left-hander that's just really bad. James, I told you. Weather report doesn't have any rain on it. Yeah, I just gotta start braking before I even enter that first part of the turn, honestly.
As quickly and precisely as possible. Best of luck out there.
Otherwise, this track is fine. Don't mind it at all. Oh. Not the best place to hit a flashback, but probably like 10 realistically. Yeah, I let up too much though in those corners, but I just want to get through it more than anything. At least this is the one practice session, or the one practice program that I don't despise. He says as he immediately messes up. This and race strategy are definitely my two favorite practice programs, because it doesn't really put any pressure on. And look at that, we got the purple already.
That's fantastic.
Yep, put it at 15, wow. Didn't think it was that bad, but okay.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 37.1.
Alright, tire management. Let's see if this goes any better than Australia. Again, in 2018, just me running my normal race would save me a bunch of tire wear. But that sure didn't happen at Australia, so I don't know what to think about it. We'll see what this first lap does, and then we'll assess how much tire saving we actually need to do. And I should have done it a lot more if I wanted to actually have a clean race, but yeah, those last couple laps were absolutely miserable, both mentally and physically. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Doing pretty well, actually. Never mind. Wow. Wow. That corner really took a bunch of tire wear out. Wow. Don't know what I can do about that. High-speed corners generally do that. Okay.
Let's speed up. Our tyre data is no good unless we're doing a representative pace. If we don't get our time delta back in the green, we'll need to rerun this program.
The time delta was fine. I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't know what I can do about that one corner. Exactly. I don't have a clue. Fuel management, you can kind of cheat if you have a really good lap going, but tire wear, I don't have a freaking clue how you get purple on these. Alright, well here comes the turn of death for the tire wear. I don't really know. I guess I'll just lift off. Lift off and lose some time, but I guess that works. That works, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I knew that corner was going to be bad, but... Alright, we'll at least get green, though. So that's good.
Final lap. This is the final lap.
No, we're done with the practice program because I'm never getting purple. Okay, that was pretty good, though. And honestly, we're not that bad on the charts either. Never mind. Not everybody has gone out. We'll definitely keep that setup in. I think that's going to be good. And we completed all of our objectives that we can up to this point. So let's just sim the rest of the session here. Grab a couple pretzels.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top three, who are Leclerc, Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula One action.
You're right, John, but I'm pretty sure me saying pretzels to you guys, the two viewers on my stream right now, probably won't do too much. Oh, man. Alright, we're starting to gain a little bit of reputation back after last week. Alright, FP2. We'll do fuel and qualifying here.
Alright, get ready to jump out if you get too hot in there. There's a problem with the cooling system, and it's going to take us a few minutes to correct it.
Okay. Guess we'll wait. Okay. Fuel management, let's go. I have to admit, the night looks really good in this game. It's a lot better than it was in 2018, I think. I feel like, granted, I am able to have this on significantly higher settings than I had 2018 on, but it looks a lot better in my opinion. Hopefully it gets translated over to you guys. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Alright, overdrove that corner a bit. I feel like, you know, I'm not struggling to meet the delta times anymore. At least here. So I feel like this is going to be a better race for us. For sure. Because, you know, I was struggling just to get delta time before. Oh, turn. Well, that didn't go well. Alright. So, fuel management does not seem to be my strong suit in this game. Not new information. But I do think I have enough of a target time delta that I can just lift off going up to the start-finish line. And
Okay, decent
excellent.
there, but there's still more.
Excellent. Probably could have even lifted off more, but I forgot the start-finish line was that soon on the straightaway. Alright, let's see if qualifying does any better for us. At this point, at least we don't have anybody in our way. And the turn leading up to the first straightaway isn't nearly as treacherous either. Still a little slow in a straight line, but... yeah, acceleration off the corner is just forever going to be an issue with me because of how I take the corners. That is about as good as I've ever done that. The time doesn't reflect it, but that's about as good as I've ever done that, I think. Oh, we're going to be close. We're going to be very close. It's going to be so close.
Good lap.
We did it. We did it. I don't think I'm going to get purple in that, so I'm just going to take it. Sometimes I can get purple in that, but not that time. And I also don't think we're going to be getting any Sector 2. Oh, we're pretty darn close.
So
We're leading the practice session, by the way.
1:33.9.
Just putting that out there. We're leading the practice session. Granted, I don't think anybody else has done a qualifying lap, but... yeah, there goes Lewis. Half a second faster. But really, being within a half a second of Mercedes is a good sign, honestly. Maybe Australia was just a really bad track for us. I don't know, but being within a half a second of Lewis is a good sign.
The The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top three. Hamilton, Leclerc, and the Professor. What an incredible practice session. The fun doesn't stop here, though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
First time we get to hear our name. And Grosjean's 10th, too, and he didn't do a qualifying session either. So I think this is just a better track for Haas in the game. But so that's good. That's good. That is good. But I think we can definitely get a purple on race strategy. And ERS, I mean, I think we have a chance of getting a purple on it, honestly. Alright, Mercedes was happy with that. Alright, FP3, ERS, and race strategy. Alright, let's get ERS out of the way first. Usually if I'm pretty close on deltas on the other programs, I can just stick on low in this program and get a purple. We'll see if that actually happens or not, but who knows. I really hate that corner. It's one of my least favorite corners in Formula One. Alright, I think we're in good shape here, assuming I don't mess up this corner. Oh, we're dropping fast. We're dropping fast. Alright, excellent. It's easy when you're fast. It really is. Alright, we'll do this on the soft compound.
We're 7th in the speed trap, 199.2 miles per hour.
Fascinating. Alright. This is going to be a lot more enjoyable of a weekend, I think. Definitely. Oh, let's just do some good laps here. This will probably get us a decent place on the chart. Oh yeah. If I don't get points, I'm going to be incredibly disappointed. For sure. Yeah, I'd be really disappointed if I don't get points. John, I knew you were going to say that, but it still disappoints me that you did. I am running a really bad lap right now. Like, this might be one of the worst laps that I've run here. Oh. So how are you two doing today? I haven't had much time to just sit back and chat because I've been stressed out this whole time. But this should be a pretty simple practice program. So how are you two doing?
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
I'm doing pretty well. Yeah. I gotta edit my video for tomorrow after the stream's over. And get the highlight prepared to put up. Because like I said, I'm gonna put those highlights up on the main channel to try to draw some traffic over to the live channel. Granted, I mean, I get, what, like 10 views per video anyway, so I don't know if that's really gonna do anything for me, but gotta do that. It's slip and slide day. That can be dangerous as somebody who has personally experienced a camp of sorts and water events. Be careful. John, I showed you that video of me and the tug of war, right? That was on the same day as the water balloon fight. So, there were severe consequences for that, for sure. I don't even know if I still have that. Actually, I think I might have that video still. Yeah, don't drink the slip and slide water. That would be incredibly bad.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
John is a bad influence. Don't listen to him. But yeah, I gotta edit my 06 video. Maybe record some NASCAR Heat 3. Actually, no. I'm gonna be taking next week off from NASCAR Heat 3. And just putting up 06. So I can backlog that a bit, and then so I need to record some more 06. I have this episode, and I have the next week Tuesday's episode ready, but so that'll be fine. And then I need to edit Fantasy Cup as well. Yeah, John, you know, I'm still beating the objective, so it doesn't really matter what line I take. And plus, this is to predict race strategy, and there's probably a 90% chance that something like that is going to happen in the race. So, I'm just helping them out with the strategy here.
Okay,
All right. One of the more productive practice sessions we've ever had. Exactly, John. Exactly. All right. Let's listen to the fast forward music and eat some pretzels.
And with all the cars now over the line, let's see our top three again. Hamilton, Perez, and Charles Leclerc. Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over, However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula One action.
Yeah, he must have been one of the only ones to do a qualifying sim in that one. But yeah, really good practice session there. Lots of points. Lots of reputation as well. Alright, what are our notes here? They want us to finish 6th. Ooh, that's gonna be difficult. But worth it. A, for morale, and B, for the resource points if it happens. But I don't think we're gonna be that good. But I do think points is definitely possible. But let's go to qualifying. Q3 would be nice. Get into Q3 for sure. But we'll see.
Bahrain qualifying is nearly upon us, and the drivers look as if they're all geared up to go. I expect we'll be getting underway very shortly. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction, and over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong, and that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
Alright. Make sure that's still where it is. We shouldn't have anywhere on any of these enough to cause any concern. Nope. Alright, I think we'll just head out and do a lap. Let me wait for a couple cars first. Rev up the track a bit. That's good. Yep. Oh, James. I wonder why they show us so much of that before they give us control. I don't remember that ever being the case, but who knows. Alright, so we do have somebody in front of us, but hopefully he either pulls off here or is somebody who's faster than us. He's not pulling off, so I'm not quite sure who it is. Hopefully they're far enough away. Looks like it might be one of the McLarens, which is a bit concerning. Because I realistically would hope that we're faster than McLaren here today. Okay, I'm going to do that again. We'll try that again as well. I just need to brake so much earlier than they tell me to. It might be a little slow inside the corner, but usually I'll get a decent runoff if I do it right. James, that really shouldn't be much of a consolation considering how bad the Tigers are this year. Like, historically bad. It really should, you should feel no excitement from that at all. Oh, yeah, Carlos Sainz, one of them McLarens. Did hit the curb a little bit much on that last one. Okay, we're right in between the two McLarens, actually. I'm going to anticipate we're going to have to do a second run, but we'll see what happens.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 33.9.
Yeah, probably going to have to do a second run, realistically, because we still got Vettel and Leclerc and Perez, who's probably faster than us. So we'll let a little time pass here. And we'll go out right about now. With a new set of softs. And let's try not to get obstructed by somebody this time. Nobody obstructing us at this point, but who knows if somebody's going to pull off a pit road at a bad time. But we have fallen into the drop zone, but there is a Williams ahead of us, so if we can't beat the Williams, I'm really going to be sad. Apologies if I fall a little silent here. I really want to focus. Ooh, yeah! Yes! That was the best. I think I've done that in a long time. Okay, I'm going to do that again. Alright, being almost a second faster should put us into Q2, no problem. And we also didn't mess up that curve like we did last time. Alright, this should realistically make us safe. We're 5th. Okay. Yep. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Roman's right up here with us, too, so that's great. Wow. I can't believe we must have really had a bad lap that first time. Looks like the usual suspects getting eliminated in Q1. Yeah. This is the only game where we won't have Lance Stroll getting eliminated in Q1 because Lucas Weber replaced him. That was good. That was good. Now, can we repeat that in Q2 and possibly get into Q3 is the question. We did have to use a second set of tires, though. So we might have to use a medium in Q3. But just getting into Q3 I think will be good enough for us. We could use our race set of softs if we wanted to, but that would be risky. I really only have time to do one lap. So I'm going to fast forward a bit here and let the track get rubbered down. But I really don't have the tires to do more than one lap. Alright, let's go. Because I cannot use a second set of tires here. It would just not be worth it. I mean, I'll do it if I have to, if I'm in a pinch, but I mean, I'm just going to end up using the mediums, which are not going to get me through anyway, so we're just going to have to do it here. That's really our only option. Used a little bit of the curb there. I don't think it hurt me too much. We do have time to do a second lap on these tires if we have to. I don't know how much it would really behoove us to do it, but... Alright, kind of took a weird entry line there. But let's see if it pays off. Okay, let's try that again. Alright, felt like I might have been a little slow there. Let's see where this puts us. We'll run a second lap anyway, but... Okay, that puts us in 7th. We're going to run another lap. Well, okay, never mind. Somebody's pulling out in front of us. It's Carlos Sainz. Okay. We're just going to have to let it stand. And hope that we make it. It's going to be close for both of us.
Our best lap so far is a 1:32.8.
Oh, we made it. Yes, we made it. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and we beat Devin, too. Praise the Lord. Oh, my God. Two 100ths of a second. 2 100ths of a second. Okay, now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do tire-wise here in Q3. If I'm just gonna take what I've gotten, use the mediums, or if I'm gonna use my race softs. I don't think using my race softs will be a good idea because we're gonna be forced to start on those. So I think we'll just have to use the mediums, honestly. It's gonna be slow, but I mean, we were only 9th and 10th, so I don't think it's really going to make much of a difference anyway. So let's head out and just put down our time, and I think saving those softs for the race will be a good thing for us. So this is going to be slow, I know. It's probably going to end up being 10th, realistically, but we don't really have a choice with using 2 tires in Q1. I really wish I didn't have to, but I had to. Otherwise we would have gotten bumped out of Q1. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not questioning that decision at all. So, realistically, I think this is about as good as we were going to get. I don't think me and Roman are really going to get better than 9th and 10th at this point. Because the Racing Point cars just seem to be really stout. Let's try that again. I mean, they have good engine power from Mercedes, so that's pretty realistic. Because there are some long straightaways here. And then Renault's naturally pretty fast, so... Wait, no. Was it Renault that got in? No, wait, no. It's the top 6 and then Racing Point and us, okay. So yeah, we're faster than Renault, which is good. Alright, we can run a second lap, for sure. And that puts us ahead of Perez on the soft right now, but that will not stand. We'll do another lap and see if it'll help us at all. I don't think it will, realistically, but...
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
It might. If we do certain things a little bit better this time, we might be able to take advantage of it. Okay, not a good run off there. I definitely waited a bit long to accelerate out of that corner, so that was not good. Alright, so we were not going to improve here, so I think we'll just dive onto pit road. And just accept our fate, I think, at this point. And see where this puts us. I mean, if we are not 10th, I would be very happy with that. But I am fully expecting to be 10th.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Bottas, Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
Alright. Well, we were the only person who used mediums there, so that's fine. But I'm perfectly happy with this starting spot, honestly. I don't think... I mean, we might have been able to beat Perez and maybe our teammate, but I'm perfectly happy with this starting spot. We're still losing our rivalry to Grosjean, though. We need to beat him in the race for sure. Alright.
Well done. Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.
I see your mood has changed, Emma. Good, no rain. Beautiful. I don't know why I backed out of that, because I need to do this to start the race.
The curtain rises once more then on the desert stage of Sakir as the players take their places for the opening act. Will they enthrall us like they did in 2014 with that titanic battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton? Well, we'll find out shortly as we get underway here in Bahrain. There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best at turn 1 of course, and then another soon into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Now, let's talk about Charles Leclerc. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Vettel, Pierre Gasly, and Verstappen, Weber, Grosjean, Perez, and the Professor, Butler, Norris, Daniel Ricciardo, and Sainz, Raikkonen, Russell, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Robert Kubica, Kvyat, and Alexander Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care.
Will do, will do. This is personalized. We want personalized, yes. Only four laps on the softs. That's really tiny, but okay. Will give us plenty of fuel. Can't do anything there. Alright, let's have a good start and hopefully be able to maybe make some moves going into turn 1. That was a horrible start, so we're going to try that again. Still a pretty bad start, but okay. I was going to try to block there, but that's fine. Okay, somebody just ran in the back of me. Okay.
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage.
I don't know who it was that ran into the back of me, but I was in position to have a good corner and not get any damage out of it, but he just ran me into somebody. We'll see how bad this damage is going to be for us. If it really hinders us, we're going to have to change wings on the pit stop. If not, then I'll just run with the damaged wing the rest of the race. I don't want to. That was a pretty legit start. It wasn't my fault, but it's part of racing.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
I wish I could see my front wing. Okay, fine. I should be faster than reckoning.
You should have some space going into the first corner, so try to keep it tidy.
I should be faster than reckoning, so. Still a really bad start, but I'm going to at least try to block the bottom here. Alright. Much better start that time. Well, we had a horrible actual launch, but I managed to be able to position myself on the inside to turn one and take advantage of that. Gasly really didn't want me there, but he tried to shove me off the track, but I persisted nonetheless. Whoop! Don't hit the curb though. You know, I was saying to myself, I really did take that corner a little bit lower than I usually do, and yep, paid the price. Would love to pull away from Gasly, but realistically he should be ahead of me,
That's
so.
a good start. Keep it up.
Yeah, it was a good start. Thanks for telling me. Alright. Let's see if I can possibly pull away from Gasly, but again, realistically the Red Bull should be faster than us, but it is also Pierre Gasly. And he's really bad. So much focus. So much focus. Okay. I just need to stay in touch with Weber until DRS is enabled next lap. And then I can feel better about going back to standard fuel mix. I think Grosjean's holding up Weber a bit, honestly.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
I broke really early in order to not make Grosjean hate my guts. But we do have DRS
The car
here.
behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
We're just gonna watch this battle happen and take advantage of it if it goes wrong. We're gonna have DRS here. Realistically, I expect Weber to get around Grosjean here, but we'll see. He did not. Interesting. Really thought he would have the better power unit on the straightaway there. And the fact that both me and Gasly must have had DRS there, but yet Gasly did not really gain on me at all. Just shows the power unit struggles for Honda. Oh, they're blocking each other hard. Let's just be ready to pounce here. Of course, by be ready to pounce, I mean let Gasly by most likely. Oh, we hung it strong on the outside and managed to keep our distance. And I do think Grosjean is slower than Weber, so while we do have that team objective of getting sixth with a crap ton of resource points, I don't think that's probably going to happen. I'm going to go rich here because Grosjean's starting to pull away a bit.
Quick word on the tyres. They look okay for now, but we can see the wear. If you can't feel it already, then you'll certainly start too soon. Just be careful.
Yeah, well, I am running very hard. And we're pitting next time by, so
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your
oh, we're
distance
boxing
to the
this
speed
lap.
limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
I thought we were pitting next lap, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm perfectly fine with taking the undercut here.
Release, release.
Let's see, we're in last and we won't have anybody in front of us, so that is definitely a preferred way. We'll go on Rich right after
Pit
this
strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
go on Rich and try to gain as much time as we can and pull the undercut off. I'm perfectly fine with pitting a lap earlier than they are because A, we don't get held up on pit road, B, we usually can get out without traffic, so then we can run some really clean laps and possibly pull an undercut. So while I wouldn't mind another lap on the softs, I'm perfectly fine with this. I really don't understand, honestly. It happens. It happened in 2018 too, so. Alright, do we have people coming in this time? We don't. Wow, we really were on a different strategy though, that's for sure. Guess they really didn't think our tires were going to last long enough. I can't stay on Rich much longer. Really thought they would pit that lap. This might be advantageous for us, honestly. But we are starting to catch up to the back of the pack. Why is Ricardo and Vettel in 18th and 19th? Excuse me? Vettel pitted. Vettel pitted, okay. But why is Ricardo here? Because Vettel's on the mediums, and there's no way he could have legally started on mediums.
Whatever the problem was, they're coming back up to speed.
Who? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Ricardo? Oh, I got DRS too. Alright, there's Verstappen coming off of pit road too. Yeah, he started to block the inside, so I just stuck it to the outside. I didn't think we'd have any issue passing
Car
him.
ahead is coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium tires.
Alright, so we got Verstappen right ahead. So that's good that we're that close to him. So that is possibly going to pay off for us. But it looks like the people we were running with still have not pitted yet. They must really be running those softs to death. Just using a little bit of rich on these straightaways. But we're still in the midst of the undercut. Alright, teammates in the pits, so that's good. Let's see where this puts us in the grand scheme of things.
We advise moving to
Ooh.
mix 2 fuel to
Oh,
mix
we're
2.
going to gain a ton of time on these guys. Oh, yeah. That's looking good right there. We still got people staying out, though. That is looking good if we're that far ahead of Gasly. And it looks like both Grosjean and Weber are behind
Our
Gasly.
gap to the car in front is 2.8 seconds.
So that really is good. And it looks like Verstappen's getting held up by some slow cars who are taking an alternate strategy. 1 second. So this is really paying off in our favor here. We just really need to take advantage of these laps. And by take advantage of these laps, I mean have the worst set of corners we've had there all day. No, I'm thinking 6th when this shakes out. Because we were 8th, and then we passed both Grosjean and Weber there. And now we're catching up to Verstappen because he's just being barricaded by these guys who haven't pitted yet. Some of them did pit there, so... Actually, both of them pitted. So that is everybody cycled through, I believe. Yes, it is. Oh, that was Weber. Weber had not pitted yet, so that must have been Perez on the map. So we do still have to deal with him. He's with Gasly right now.
Behind is 4.2 seconds.
Alright, so we really need to run some smooth laps here. Remember, we have that resource point goal if we finish 6th. So let's really push here and try to have some clean laps. They're going to have the fresher tires, though, so we just need to be really smooth. Not mess up this corner nearly as bad as we did last time. Excellent. Being on the curb that much probably didn't benefit us all that well, but Just need to keep them out of DRS zone as long as I can. And if those two can start fighting with each other, then that really pay off for me.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.1 seconds.
Yeah, I wish those slow guys had stayed out one more lap. I might have been able to catch Verstappen, but that's fine. We realistically should not be anywhere near Verstappen. Just throwing a little bit of rich on you every now and then.
Remaining.
Overdrove that corner very hard. Okay. Alright, Weber got around Gasly. And I think he is faster than me. Gasly is questionable, but Weber is definitely faster than me, so we're going to have to protect for 4 whole laps by the time he gets here, probably. That's not going to be easy at all. Realistically, if Weber gets around, this Gasly will probably follow. He's probably close enough to get DRS there, unfortunately. We just really need to run some smooth laps here. We'll run a little bit of rich here. George Russell's out of the session. It has no impact on us. Kimi Raikkonen's out of the session. Interesting. They must have gotten together, realistically. Oh, and those two are fighting again as well. That's really good.
Okay, we should be good on tyres for a while. The wear doesn't seem too bad at the moment. Just take care when you load them up.
So that must mean Weber did not get DRS on me there. The more those two fight, the better off I'm going to be. And I do think Weber's the faster of those two cars. So the fact that Gasly's in front of him really helps. Alright, we're going to use a little rich again. Really running it close on fuel, but that's the cost of it. We got a local yellow up ahead here. Oh, it's just Raikkonen. Raikonen's just sitting on the side of the road there.
Green flag.
Yep, well aware.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
We're cutting it so close on
Gap to
fuel.
car in front is 3.9 seconds.
Car behind.
Weber behind. The gap behind us is 2.0 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 36.0.
Okay. Alright, well, Weber got around Gasly again, so that's not really that good for us, but I was surprised. I thought we were a little closer, but 2 seconds appears to be the gap. We cannot afford to run any more rich, though. But I think I've gotten us close enough to the end to where I can block and protect the position if I run some clean laps. Oh, we didn't get on the curb there either. That'll help. If Gasly can get another run on Weber and pass him on this front stretch, which I think will happen, and that really helps me so much. Just them fighting back and forth. Yeah, he's trying again. Again, I think Weber's the faster of the two, but it's pretty darn equal. Yeah, James, don't jinx me. You know how jinxes really seem to impact me more than they do any other normal person.
The gap to the car ahead is 4.0 seconds.
Driver behind.
Gasly behind. The gap to the car behind is 1.7 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:36.3.
Alright, this might be the first replay I've used all day, honestly. In this race, anyway. But I'm not taking that. My phone buzzed, I got a notification and it distracted me. He's close enough to have DRS now, isn't he? And that'll also prevent them from fighting too much because both of them will have DRS. It's gonna be close, it's gonna be very close. But white flag is out.
This is your final lap of the race.
White flag is out, sponsored by Jack and Jones. Alright, that's one DRS zone we've passed. Just 2 more.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Yeah, I'm good on fuel. Just don't talk to me right now. Oh, Weber got around Gasly again. Great. That'll help. Alright, this is the corner that's really going to screw it for me if I do this badly. Alright, they're both going to have DRS, so I need to protect here. Alright, that's the last big DRS zone I had to fight there. I think we're going to do this if I don't screw up. I'm not risking fuel right now if I don't have to. Hamilton wins. And it looks like we are somehow going to come away with a 6th place finish. Oh my goodness.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it
Oh
home.
my goodness. Yes. That is big time redemption.
The Mercedes team pulled out a fantastic performance today. They should be proud. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. After an incredible performance, Lewis Hamilton secures the top spot in the Drivers' Championship. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I mean, can it be anyone else other than Danny Kvyat? His performance today really set him apart from the other drivers out there. He's got to be happy with how he's done here this weekend.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Mercedes move to the top of the table. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Alright, excellent performance all around. So, John, these highlights, they automatically get saved. Your last 3 races, they automatically get saved, and you can see them on the menu. But I'll watch it anyway, just to see what it looks like. It's got some nice music to it, too. Yep, there's us getting a horrible start. One of the McLarens really had to avoid us there. Yep, there's Gasly forcing us off. That's for Perez. That's where I thought about making a move on Grosjean, but I thought better of it in the end. Same there, I think. Well, that's actually where I was attempting to make a move, but it backfired on me. Yeah, for sure, the undercut helped us a bunch. I don't know why they stayed out so long on softs. I mean, you guys heard the race engineer. He was talking about how we're going to start to feel some wear right before we came in. Okay, there's us coming out ahead of Weber on pit road. Alright, these highlights are really good. I really like these. This is new to this year's game. I really like those. Did I have any issues with the race director? No, I didn't. Only one person did, too. And their teammates as well, which is ironic. Alright, I assume Emma's going to want to talk to us after that, right? Well, not Emma, Claire. Emma's the agent.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You're now ahead of your old F2 rival in the championship. That must feel good.
Always feel good to deliver for the team.
There wasn't much between you and Lucas by the finish today.
We'll do that.
You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
Let's see. The car was sticking to the track quite well.
You really looked in control of your car out there.
Oh my
Your
goodness.
team must be thrilled.
Yeah, couldn't do this without them.
Appreciate your time.
Alright. Alright. You know, I may have gone for 3 hours, but it really doesn't feel like it. That also helps us tie up the rivalry with Grosjean good. Alright, let's remember to do upgrades if we can before we hit advance. And we got this team goal, which is 600 points. That's really good. Oh, look at our reputation with Haas just skyrocket there. You know, Ferrari wasn't too impressed with that performance. Interesting. It's about as good as you can get.
That's a great result. You did really well. I don't think we can have any complaints with that performance.
No, if you yeah, no complaints at all.
Winning rivalries is a great way to
Oh,
earn
yeah, I
respect
can
from your
select a
team
new
and around
rival.
the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favourable contracts.
So
Your first
there's a
rival is
10.
always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose depending on the result. Here you can see a list of eligible drivers to declare as your rival. The more challenging they are to beat, the more the paddock will respect you for succeeding. Just be aware, you'll lose the same amount of respect if you come off second best, so it may be wise not to be overly ambitious.
Okay, so if we were to beat Weber, we would get 10% more than what we would normally get. But I don't think I'm going to be able to consistently beat him, so I'm just going to go with Perez here. I think that's our best call. Alright, is there anything else we can do on the R&D tree? I don't know if we can do more than one. We can't there. Did we upgrade? We haven't done this one yet, so let's throw that into rotation as well. See, arrow's the thing we're working on the most. So if let's see, this is reduce 10%, and this is same thing. 1,000. Alright, we'll do this one. We'll do that one. Reduces the chance of upgrades failing by 7.5%. Alright. We'll do that, and then there's a less likelihood of that failing. And we'll save the rest for after Azerbaijan when those 4 upgrades are coming in now. So, let's just hit advance in order to get it over with. We're heading to China now, right? Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I mean, we've been going for 3 hours and 10 minutes, and it really doesn't feel like it too much at all. I'm just curious. No rain. Excellent. And we got the durability part as well. Alright, so that's going to be it for this stream today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, if you like the stream, be sure to follow. And if you're seeing this after the fact on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe and all that. And we will see you next time for more Formula 1 2019. Probably Saturday for me on stream. So, see ya. Bye.